let me start by saying, for all of the, across the country, for all of the, graduations that got missed, all of the, weddings that got postponed, all of the things, it's kind of surreal to be doing this virtually because this is such a great occasion, to celebrate the legacy and lifetime of service that Matt Zone has given to this body and to this city. And I know that will continue, but also to welcome Jenny onto the team and bring her on. We looked at, we were kind of forecasting out about how we could do something, have some kind of party, have some kind of reception. And this coronavirus thing just got in the way. So we will come back and we will celebrate this event properly and make sure that, people recognize that how much, we care about Matt and everything he's done and how thrilled we are to have Jenny joining us. So the purpose of this caucus is because Councilman Zone has submitted his letter of resignation and it will be read later in the council meeting. We will, at that point, we're going to have a block of opportunity to, to let Matt talk, and we're going to talk to him. It's just really, this is just such a momentous occasion. I mean, I want to, keep the caucus moving, but I've just known Matt for so long back and when we were working on some of Lee's early campaigns. Even though we looked like we're teenagers, like we met in the 90s and we were, just hustling on campaigns and doing those things, standing at polls and just working. So I'm going to miss Matt tremendously. I know we all will, and we'll all have an opportunity to address Matt and share your thoughts with him at the council meeting. For now, most of us who have been through this understand the unit rule, which I'm going to ask to be invoked. The unit rule is a procedure that is used by council. It's a tradition of council whereby we in this caucus can say what we want, vote how we want, do what we want, but we want to present a unified front as we move forward. In normal times, it's also, if we were to have this the day before, it's to give the person who our selection is to be appointed some certainty that once the caucus makes a decision, they can make plans to give notice at their other job, do those things that you need to do in the event that there was a delay. Does anybody have any questions about the unit rule? And did I explain it properly? Does anybody want to add anything, any other context to unit rule? Okay, with that, I'm going to first of all ask for a motion to invoke unit rule. Anybody?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Without objection? Madam Clerk, will you call the roll on the unit rule?
Kelly.
Yes.
Bishop.
Yes.
Frankenthaler.
Yes.
Cleveland.
Yes.
Conwell. Griffin.
Yes.
Hairston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Bashir Jones. Joe Jones. Casey.
Yes.
McCormack.
Yes.
Mooney.
Yes.
Polensek. Santana.
Yes.
Slight.
Yes.
Zone.
Yes.
Thank you. The unit rule is invoked.
15.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this point, I would like to ask if there are any nominations to fill the vacancy in Ward 15. If I can
Mr.
get
President,
Councilwoman?
thank you, Mr. President. I would like to take this opportunity to nominate Jenny Spencer to fill the vacancy created by the departure of our dear colleague, Councilman Matt Zone. Can I give a few words in support of
Yes.
the nomination right now?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I would just say, Jenny Spencer comes to council and comes at the recommendation of Councilman Zone with a stellar background. She's currently the executive director of, well, she was executive director of Detroit Shoreway Community Development Corporation. She has an excellent record of achievement since she took over there as executive director, as well as her time there and at other community development organizations here in the city. And she, well educated, has a great background, a great advocate for communities and people in our city. And I think she will make a fine member of this Cleveland City Council.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Is there a second to that nomination? Councilman Blaine Griffin.
Yes, Mr. President, I second that nomination. I know Jenny very well. Actually, a member of her family lives in our ward, and public service goes with the family. Jenny has done a tremendous amount of work regarding, local, just public engagement, as well as international. She is well educated. She'll be a great addition to this council, and I look forward to seconding this motion, as well as it's great to see more women be a part of this esteemed body.
You know it.
All right. At this point, I will ask if there are any other nominations. At this point, I will ask if there is a motion to close nominations.
Mr. Chairman, I
So moved.
move that we close nominations.
Thank you. I'll take one of those, the first and the second. Nominations are now closed. I'm going to ask the clerk to ask the council whom you prefer to fill the vacancy created in Ward 15. When you are called on by the clerk, I'll remind you, please state Jenny's full name when asked. Jenny Spencer.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
Chairman,
Council,
before you do that roll call, am I permitted to say a word or two about
of
Jenny?
course you are.
Thank you.
You're the main event right now.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and my honorable colleagues. As you know, these are not easy decisions, and I want everyone to know I sent all of you an email on Friday with information about Ms. Spencer. I've been talking to you over the time about her. I want everyone to know that I don't take this recommendation lightly. I seek the advice of the this is the Democratic Caucus of Cleveland City Council. I seek the advice of the Democratic leadership of Ward 15, the Ward Club president, the ward leader, the precinct committee members, all enthusiastically support and back Ms. Spencer. Jenny has been my partner for over a decade, making stuff happen in Ward 15. She's always been my go-to person. When I needed to get something done, Jenny was right there by my side, working in the weeds, making it happen. She is, you will find her to be smart, humble, caring, thoughtful, strategic, and she will challenge this council to be better and do better. You're already doing amazing things, but that is the main reason why I selected Jenny, because I know that she is going to define and become an amazing leader within our body. Jenny has been in the trenches with me on political campaigns. She was my main organizer in 2008 when Ward 15 put President Barack Obama over the top. She helped to organize the 12 initiative in Ward 15. She also worked with me in 16 and in this last election cycle. So she knows politics very well, but what she knows best is public policy. And it speaks a lot about her as an individual that after she would get her master's degree from Harvard University, she would go off to the Peace Corps for 2 years. Most people who graduate from that university want to monetize that degree and go make some money. She wanted to serve our community, our country, and our planet. And she went to Paraguay. And when she was there for 2 years, she met her husband, Mario Martinez, who's just an amazing person, and fell in love, came back to Cleveland and settled to really make a difference in Ward 15. So I am thrilled that we have somebody of Jenny's caliber. The tragic part, and I'm glad our majority leader mentioned the reference to women. You know, Jenny Spencer is only going to be the second woman in nearly 240 years of the city of Cleveland to serve the residents of Ward 15, my mother being the first. And we need to come a long way in terms of creating gender equity. And I'm thrilled that Jenny's going to be a part of that change, a part of that movement. She has my undying and unwavering support. And I thank all of you for considering her name to be my successor on Cleveland City Council.
Thank you, Councilman Zone. I, really appreciate everything that you just said and the thoughtfulness that you put into making this very important decision. And I appreciate your outlining the steps you took, but those of us that know you probably are pretty aware that you didn't just, you didn't go through a painstakingly, annoyingly, aggressively organized process to make the selection. So we do appreciate that. So thank you, Matt. And with that, I will ask the clerk to please call the roll on the nomination of Jenny Spencer to fill the vacancy in Ward 15.
Mr. President, I want to make one correction.
Yes, please.
There were 14 members present on screen for the unit rule. So I just wanted to say that publicly.
Okay, stay on screen. Okay.
Kelly,
Jenny Spencer.
Bishop,
Jenny Spencer.
Brancatelli,
Jenny Spencer.
Cleveland,
Jenny Spencer.
Conwell, Griffin,
Jenny Spencer.
Hairston,
Jenny Spencer.
Johnson,
Jenny Spencer.
Bashir Jones,
Jenny Spencer.
Joe Jones, Casey,
Jenny Spencer.
McCormack,
Jenny Spencer.
Mooney,
Jenny Spencer.
Polensik,
Jenny Spencer.
Santana,
Jenny Spencer.
Slight.
Jenny Spencer.
16 yeas, Mr. President. I'm sorry, 15 yeas.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Jenny, welcome. You will be welcome to the council when we have our full meeting. So really looking forward to working with you. I think you are going to be just a fabulous addition to this body. Would you like to take a few minutes to make some remarks?
I'll take that opportunity. Thank you so much. And I also understand I may be able to say a few words later. So
Yes.
I don't want to wear out my welcome, but thank
It's your
you.
day. Yes.
I'm just tremendously moved by Councilman Zone's words on my behalf. And Matt, I've been thinking a lot about your mom the past couple of weeks, and I would have loved her. I'm so sorry I never met her. Her legacy lives on, and it really is a huge point of pride for me to be a woman serving on the, I hope to serve on this body, effective the vote later today. But I'm thinking about your mom and her legacy and your family's legacy and your legacy. And I'd like to talk about that more later too. But I will tell you all the members that I have gotten every manner of text, Facebook message, email, you name it. And they all say the same thing. You have big shoes to fill, literally, word for word. So they're all telling me, people in our community recognize Councilman Zone's impact, legacy, and leadership. And I know they're going to challenge me to carry on that same caliber of leadership. So I'm really excited about the challenge ahead, embracing that. And again, Matt, thank you for your beautiful words. They were really, I'm going to treasure that forever, that moment. Thank you. And thank you to Councilwoman Cleveland for nominating me, and to Councilman Griffin for seconding that nomination. That's really an honor. And the only other thing I would say is that when Matt said the words that he and I have worked together down in the weeds for the past decade, that's really true. And I know that Councilwoman Cleveland has her Zoom background. She's in paradise but I might need one that replace hers with like something more weedy. So maybe on our next Zoom, you might find me with a Zoom background with some weeds, because that's kind of how I roll. I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty, and I really want to do the work that serves the people. And so you'll hopefully find me just as often down in the weeds as anywhere else. And I'm really looking forward to it. And it's just going to be for those I haven't met in person, it's going to be an honor to do so. And thank you so very much for your vote of confidence this morning.
Okay, well, thank you for, taking accepting this opportunity. This is, it's not, as you'll find out, it's not an easy job, but I think you are going to be great at it because you are, to what I know of you, it's a combination of having like a good policy mind, but also at the end of the day, it's getting your hands dirty, it's returning phone calls, it's grinding through process that your constituents are stuck in, and it's being able to do the whole job. And I have all the confidence in the world that you are going to be great, and just a great addition to the body and a great advocate for Cleveland and for your neighborhood moving forward. So I'm looking forward to working with you for many years to come. And at this point, I'd like to see if anybody has any other comments. I see Councilman Kerry McCormick. If I can recognize Councilman McCormick.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to welcome Jenny. Well, first and foremost, let me just say that, it has been a privilege working with Councilman Zone. This ward directly borders Ward 3, and we work together collaboratively on a whole array of issues. And so, Councilman Zone has been a partner to me in my first few years on council, a helpful voice, someone to bounce ideas, concerns, thoughts off of, to seek advice from. And, there's, as we discussed on a few other calls, people that come to the table with good intentions and are not below major policy initiatives and not above, showing up to someone's house to help them with an issue that they're facing. And Councilman Zone has really, been able to master that approach. So I just want to thank him for his dedication, many years on council. It's been a huge help for Ward 3 to have him as a steady leader next to us and really as an advisor to us. So I just want to recognize him again. And then, Jenny I've also had the privilege of working with her, both at my time at Ohio City Incorporated and as well as on council. And as has already been stated, she's fantastic. A complete person when it comes to having her ear to the ground on community issues and also being able to see the big picture. So I am confident that she will continue that leadership style that has come out of Ward 15, which again is concern for the smallest of issues and also a vision for the biggest of issues. Excited to have her as a partner bordering Ward 3 and look forward to that collaboration. So welcome, Jenny. Really excited to have you on board on Cleveland City Council. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman McCormick. Councilman Charles Slife.
Thank you, Mr. President, and obviously echoing many of the words of Councilman McCormick. I worked previously in City Hall and development very closely with Councilman Zone, and as busy as he is, he was always able to find time for me to, answer questions, work on projects with me, and I often felt like I was pestering him, and I'm just about 1 year into this position, so maybe I've driven him away with my constant calls and everything. But he's such an important advocate for many different issues around town, whether it's big things like climate change or more quality of life stuff like public art. And his voice is one that'll be missed, and one that I think you can see through many different members has had an effect on how we all legislate and serve our residents. For a couple years, Jenny was actually my neighbor. And, even prior to that, she reached out to me when I was kind of a young guy in economic development in town, and we grabbed dinner, and really she wanted to hear about me and what my goals were and what my background was and what my ideas were. And I bring it up because I think that Jenny is just genuinely interested in engaging with people, learning what makes them tick, and trying to find ways that everybody in the community can be served and be heard. And those are just admirable qualities in any person, but exceptional in a member of council. So I know she's going to be a great voice and a leader among us, and I look forward to serving alongside her.
Great. Thank you, Councilman Slife. Councilman Mike Polensek.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir. But now I can't. You just muted yourself.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I too want to congratulate Jenny. I haven't had the pleasure to work with her. We talked briefly on the phone. I wish her well. And as I've indicated, if I can be of any assistance to her or my assistant, please call upon us. Being Cleveland City Councilman today is a very, very challenging and difficult job. Things have changed dramatically in our city. There are more challenges in front of us as we go forward daily. And it is a very unique time in our city. So again, I'm here to help. I also want to say to my dear friend, Matt, I wish him all the best, him and his family. I had the pleasure, I'm aging myself, I had the pleasure of serving with his mom. There's many qualities between her and him. I had the opportunity to meet his dad, but never served with him. I just want to say your mother and father, Matt, would be extremely proud of you and have been extremely proud of you. Your concern for your community, your commitment to a neighborhood in which you grew up in, and everything you've attempted to do. So I wish you well in your new position. I look forward to working with you in that new position, and Godspeed, my friend. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Blenzik. Councilman Anthony Brancatelli.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I thought we were going to do a roast of Councilman Zone, so I had a lot of material prepared, but
That's coming.
Well, okay, we'll save that. Great, thank you. I just want to again acknowledge Councilman Zone, and I'll go back to my very first 6 months on this job in 2005, when we had a horrific murder in the Warner Turney neighborhood, and one of the first folks that I reached out to was Councilman Zone to figure out how the heck do you deal with this kind of crisis in front of you. Brand new on the job, and just have been accepting his great advice for 16 years later. So I want to thank you for all your great support and advice, and such a wonderful leader and on council. So I know we'll have some time to roast him later, but thank you very much. From 16 years ago to today, it's just been a pleasure. And I want to welcome, is it Jenny Spencer. Yeah, welcome, Jenny. Have known Jenny Spencer for many years, and it's great to see somebody coming out of the CDC world and into the council. We have a number of council members who have taken that path, and I know that she'll bring her strong values and dedication and hard work and commitment to our city from the CDC world on the city council world, and looking forward to many, many years of this collaboration and great partnership that you're going to bring to this great body. So thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Bashir Jones.
Thank you so much. I'm going to say welcome to you, Jenny. It's a pleasure. I've heard so many great things about you. And we're really excited to have that energy. And as was said earlier, you know, we need more women voices, strong women voices. And from what I hear out in the weeds, they say that that's exactly what you are. So I'm excited to fight the necessary battles alongside of you. So welcome. And to Matt Zone, you really helped me, man, cut my teeth. I'm trying to find your face right now. Where are you, man? I go through my screen. Wait, there you go. What's up, man? Hey, man, Matt Zone, man. We don't really know, man. We take people for granted. You know, I never knew how impactful. I knew his sister before I knew him, and Auntie Peggy, man, and she said, "Give my brother a break." I said, "Okay, I'll give him a break." I didn't realize just how powerful this guy was until I went to National League of Cities to see how he was a national voice for us here in Cleveland and for the country for that matter. And to go to National League of Cities and you have all these leaders from all across the country, and there's Matt, man, standing on stage, you know, right there and speaking on behalf of this city. You know, in the Bible, it says a prophet is not respected in his own land. And unfortunately, I believe that that's too many times the case here in Cleveland, that we give people roses before they get a chance to smell them. So Matt, I just want to give you your roses, my friend, man. We had some serious battles, and very few people worked as hard as you, man. You worked extremely hard, man, and it really inspired me because, you would think that the longer that you're into something, the more lethargic you become, and you really proved that wrong. The fact that you've been so consistent in your work, man, and we had our battles, man, but you learn a lot about a person in battle, and I have a lot of respect for you as a man, and respect for your work, my friend, and wherever you go, I know that you're going to do extremely well, and you come from a long line of community activists and workers in this community. May God bless your dad. May God bless your mom. May God bless your family. Thank you for the service that you gave, and I hope that the next part of your life is much better than what came before it. It's a pleasure, man.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Jasmine Santana.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I echo everything that my colleagues have shared today. I do want to welcome to the council team, Jenny Spencer. I'm so glad that your hard work and commitment has led you to this leadership, this place of leadership. I've had a chance to work with you prior to being a councilwoman. You get things done, and what I love about you is your humbleness and how much you care for your residents. And so you bring an important perspective of your residents to the table. And the way that Councilman Matt Zone appointed you just speaks miles to your ability in this role. So I'm delighted to have you among the City Council family. I know with your work experience, you bring a valuable asset to the body. And I can't leave out how excited I am to working together and representing women in the city of Cleveland. If you have any questions, I don't know how you feel right now, but when I first started, there was just a lot that I had to take in. But just know that we are here to help you. And if you need to brainstorm or any questions that you have, please reach out. I'm no longer the newbie. You took that place. So once again, welcome. And I'm just ecstatic to have you among us. And for Matt, I wish you the best. Congratulations. And thank you once again for appointing Jenny Spencer. It speaks volume to your leadership, and we will miss you. And I've learned a lot from you, good and bad. So, and just know that I will still be reaching out to you, because once again, your experience really added, just a wealth of knowledge within our council body, and you were a great leader among City Council. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay, if there is nothing else for the good of the order, Councilman Harrison, are you trying to raise your hand?
Thank you, Mr. President. You probably didn't see my hand raised, but I'll be brief. And I won't go through everything that my colleague said, but Matt, man, you and I go back when I became the ward leader at a young age, sitting in those union halls, trying to figure out who do I vote for these races coming up, man. Between you and Councilman Polenzek, I really leaned on you two, man, along the way when I first got him. Really started getting my feet wet in this business. This is again is a bittersweet day. I know that you are only going down the road, so you are still around for us to be able to connect with. And as my colleague said, man, you have had a tremendous impact, not only on Ward 15, but on the city of Cleveland as a whole. Many people in this body and folks who don't serve this body really look to you for guidance and leadership, and just wanted to hear what Matt Zone had to say about a particular topic, and that speaks volumes. We couldn't ask for better representation on the national level, as Councilman Jones said, representing the city of Cleveland, the National League of Cities. I'm going to miss our hangouts at Neighborhood Pets fundraiser. I got a chance to see some other skills that you have, but again, you're not too far away. So I wish you much success, my brother. Truly bittersweet day, man, but congratulations again, congratulations. And to Jenny Spencer, we welcome you. We got a chance to meet briefly, talking about some SIDS. You know, I was interested in trying to establish a couple of those districts in Ward 10. That is still on the table, so you will be hearing from me. I guess you said, "Come on, Councilman, I just got on." Not now, but no, we welcome you. We know that you will be a tremendous asset to this body, and I look forward to working with you.
Thank you very much, Councilman. And I'm sorry I didn't see your hand. I was, for whatever reason, wasn't showing up. So, but thank you for your comments and accept my apology. Councilman Joe Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a bittersweet day for me. I remember Matt Zone coming into Cleveland City Council and actually introducing him to the National League of Cities Families. And I remember taking him to the National Black Caucus of Local Elected Officials. At that time, I served in District 4, representing the state of Ohio. And we had a event, you know, where everybody's dancing and everything. And Matt Zone came with his wife, and we were having a really good time. He took to the floor to dance, and man, did he light the place up. Everybody was saying, "Now that white boy can really dance," and it was so exciting to see him dance and to show his moves. He had more spirit and soul than a lot of people, and then from that point on, he went on to serve very admirably for his community and bringing resources in his neighborhood. And one of the things that we always talked about when you measure an elected official is what they're able to how they're able to come to a location and change those conditions. And Matt Zone has done an outstanding job on behalf of his citizens. He has been an advocate in the city of Cleveland as a whole, and bringing in billions of dollars into his community, into his neighborhood. And that is the mark of good, strong, solid leadership. So if you can't take care of anybody else, but you're able to take care of your own community that you represent, that helps to make the difference. And so, you know, kudos go to my friend, Matt Zone. And may God continue to bless you, to shine favor upon your head in this new chapter of your life. And I know that you're going to do really well, as you have been very successful here in the past, and you come from a family of public service. And then I turn to Jenny Spencer. Mrs. Spencer, we have a lot of work to do. And it was really nice having the opportunity to talk to you. You have been the one and only candidate that I've seen, in not only in recent memory, but in history period, that would reach out and say, "Hey, I am a candidate. I want to talk to you." I appreciated that. I appreciated your professionalism. We have a lot of hard work to do in the city of Cleveland. As you're aware, our homicide rate is over 150, 160 now. We have an issue of the coronavirus that's impacting our city. Our educational system right now is not where it ought to be. We have a lot of work as council members, like never before in the city of Cleveland, and we have a lot of work to do in terms of inspiring our citizens, rebuilding our communities, and working together as a council in the tradition of the council has in the past. I'm appreciative that you are a new member, and I look forward to making sure that anything that I could be of assistance in helping you, Ms. Spencer, I'm going to do that. And I enjoyed talking to you as relates to how Georgia turned out its vote, and how we need to go and start grassroots stimulating our voters, our Democrats in this city, and challenging to take this city to the next level. And it is my prayer that you have the same heart of public service, and that you're committed and dedicated, because not one person can do it by himself. It's going to take us working as a whole and as a group. I welcome you in the spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood to this council. May God bless you. May he touch your hands, and everything you touch turns to gold. That is my hope for you and our community. And thank you, Matt Zone, for serving our city well. Thank you,
Thank you
Mr.
very
President.
much, Councilman Jones. All right. Well, if there is nothing else for the good of the order, this caucus is adjourned. I would ask members, we have to sign out of this call and sign back in for committee of the whole, which will begin at 10 o'clock. So thank you all very much, and I will see everybody at 10. Thank Councilman Brancatelli. Or are you waving? Okay.